Avatar, Legend of Korra, episode 13 and 14 review. Let's go! So with this review, I'm gonna see if I can try to shorten this a little bit because my last review was like 20 minutes. So I'm like, you know, that was a little long. Let me try to see if I can make this shorter. So I'm gonna try to get to the more important parts of the episode or episodes and give my thoughts and opinions. There's a lot of things I actually gotta say here, so hopefully it's not as long as the other one. So let's jump right into it. So one of the things I found really important in this episode, and it's very interesting because it actually answers the question that we had from the first series, you know, from the Avatar Last Airbender, which is very interesting. I love this touch though, it's very, very good. So Tenzin, Kai, and Bumi, they're in the spirit world, they end up running into Iroh. Iroh ends up explaining that, you know, he says, he's seen this line right here, he says, the place only the lost can find you. And then Tenzin kind of thinks about it and he's like, okay, we need to go to the Forest of Lost Souls. That's the place we need to go because that's where they think they can find jinora. And so they go into the Forest of Lost Souls, and when they go there, the person that we see there is Commander Zhao. I was like completely shocked when I saw it. I was like, oh my god, it's this guy. Like, this is where you've been. Because the thing is, you gotta remember what happened to him? The freaking, when Aang went to that little big old koi spirit fish form thingy, and he ended to like snack him away, and then he like disappeared basically. We wonder what the heck happened to him. Well, this is what happened to him. He's been stuck in this place, losing his mind. He's like, I am Zhao the Conqueror. I come to conquer you. I must defeat the Avatar. And crap, and like he ends up seeing Tenzin. He's like, oh, you're the Avatar! Oh, dude! Oh, like, this freaking retarded. I was like, oh crap! But I love that. I love this. I love that they just kind of like answered our question from that. Like that's just interesting. I love that they brought that in there. That was very, very good. Very, very good. Also, while they're in the Forest of Lost Souls, you get good character development for Tenzin, because Tenzin like really needed this, because you know he needs to stop trying to be the shadow of Aang, because that's what he was doing. And the thing is, it addresses that. You know, he ends up being in there, he's about to lose his mind. He's like, I need to do this. I'm a person that's supposed to save Public City. You know, I have to, you know, live on to Aang's legacy and stuff like that. And so he ends up seeing like Aang's spirit, and Aang's spirit's like, you don't have to be me. You're not me. You're not gonna live up to be me. You gotta live up to be you. You're Tenzin. And he's like, I'm Tenzin and stuff. And I love that, because like this thing, like we all seen this. Like he's just trying to be like Aang, really. You know, he really thinks he really wants to live out his legacy and stuff. But he needs to make his own. He needs to do what he has to do. You know, to worry about yourself, Tenzin. And so he finally figures that out, which allows him to get out of the fog, which allows him to finally see jinora, and get Bumi and Kai out of there as well. Because Bumi and Kai start losing their minds and stuff, and it was bad. It was bad. So also with this episode as well, you know, apparently, yeah, it suggested that Unalaq was gonna become the Dark Avatar. Yeah, he became the Dark Avatar. I was like, yeah, okay, he did it. But I noticed something. I mean, the thing is, I kind of figured that was gonna be the case, because Vaatu hasn't like went through the process of getting the other bending, you know, the other bendings and stuff like that. How, you know, Wong did it and everything like that to, you know, go in and you know the process. I don't really need to explain it, but you know what I mean. Like they didn't do all that. So when they finally merged, all he had was actually water bending, which is very interesting. So all he really was just a much stronger water bender, I guess you can say. You know what I mean? Like it's like the full moon was out or something. You know, the water bending is stronger. Like that's kind of how he was in a way. Like that's all it was. So it kind of had questions like, why the heck did freaking Korra struggle so hard facing against him? I felt like she should be able to beat him, seeing as she has all 4 elements while he only has 1. But nonetheless, the battle between them was really, really cool, really nice, very slick. The animation it never fails. Like the animation is so good in this series, and I really love the animation. The fights is just really, really nice. And so this important thing right here, which is very, very interesting, because I'm just like, wait a minute. So there's another way to actually basically beat Vaatu and Unalaq then, because what Unalaq does is that while they're fighting and everything like that, he ends up getting Korra, and then he ends up sucking the Raava out of her, basically sucking the spirit out of her. I'm like, how the heck? Like, it was weird, because he basically got his spirit to come out, get Vaatu out, go inside her mouth, pull out Raava, and then, you know, take Raava out, and she's on the ground, and then he started proceeding to whoop freaking Raava on the ground. Like he was just like, water bend slap. I was like, okay, hey, this is freaking ridiculous. I'm like, he was going ham on freaking Raava. And the thing is too, and this is another important thing, is that every time he hit Raava, it took out one of her connections to the avatars. So Aang went first. I was like, no, Aang! And then freaking Rogue was, oh no, Roku! And then freaking Kyoshi like, oh! And then the Jafar avatar bender dude like, oh, he's gone. Everybody disappearing and stuff. I'm like, no, dang. But it's interesting how he was able to just take out Raava like that, because that just shows that she could have had a different way of actually defeating Unalaq while keeping Unalaq alive, because she didn't die after that, actually. Like, I was thinking, like, since they're merged like this, like how Raava and Korra merged like that, I was thinking this is gonna almost be like the Jinchuriki way, how like Gaara got his Jinchuriki out, which made him die. So I was thinking, if that gets taken out of her body, shouldn't she be dead? Like, no, that didn't happen. So, you know, I guess we're not doing like that. We're not going into Naruto territory. So apparently they're still alive after that. So that's a way to actually defeat Unalaq, but that's not what happens. And I also wanted to say Unalaq's freaking appearance after he ended up destroying Raava, because Raava, you know, just disappeared. You know, you can't completely destroy light. It's just light is gonna be harder to find. But it got destroyed, and then we see freaking Unalaq. He ends up going with this big, gigantic form. He thinks bigger is better. And, you know, bigger isn't always better, my brother. You're just gonna be tripping and stuff, and then you're gonna fall hard, you know? That's all it is, you know? When you get bigger, you just fall harder. That's all it is. God dang. So when he went into that form, when he's all big and stuff, like, one of his attacks was kind of weird. Like, I don't understand this, because it happens again as well, is they shoot laser beams from the chest. They're like freaking Iron Man, like, I'm like, what the heck? One important part that was in this episode, it's not gonna say important per se, but if they're gonna have another season, so I'm gonna see that Varrick's gonna still be playing a role in some way, because Varrick actually gets out of jail and stuff, so he's kind of gone. So I wonder what his next move and what he's going to do next. Honestly, I wonder what's gonna happen to him. Is he gonna go to hiding, or what's gonna happen with him? I'm very curious, honestly. And so we also get information about that tree that Vaatu was actually in. And Tenzin explains that that's the Tree of Time, and the Tree of Time shows all the memories of what Korra has been doing and stuff, and so on and so forth, and everything. And apparently, what she needed to do, because after she lost Raava, she's technically not the Avatar anymore. Like, she's not the Avatar anymore because she lost Raava. And all that connection to all the avatars and everything. Like, she lost everything after this whole battle. I was thinking to myself, how the heck is she gonna even win this? And so apparently, what she needed to do was connect with the cosmic energy and find her inner spirit, basically, which is very interesting, because when she went to the cosmic this cosmic portal place, like, the thing is, this area was the same area when Aang was trying to unlock all his chakras, and when he was at the last chakra point, we see like Aang's little spirit like by this bubble just sitting there and everything. We see Korra have the same thing, and it's very interesting. I was like, okay, so that's the cosmic energy. So it's nice to see that again. I was like, okay. And so she jumped right into that, and then she ends up becoming a big gigantic spirit after that. And so that big gigantic spirit faces off against the big gigantic dark avatar. So they face off, they start fighting and stuff, and Korra's still having trouble. She's trying to find the light within the dark, basically, in the dark avatar, within Unalaq, but he's like, you cannot find nothing! But fortunately, the thing is, once they got jinora out, because you go back to Tenzin now, jinora is like, I have something I still have to do. And so she comes back, and she comes out where Korra is when she's in like in her spirit form and everything, and she ends up showing her where the light is in Vaatu, basically. And so she, like I said, she directs Korra to see the light. She ends up getting the light out of Vaatu, which brought Raava out, which then she ended up basically using that same technique to purify spirits. Yeah, this is where I'm kind of confused at, because I'm curious. She basically purified Vaatu and Unalaq, the dark avatar. So, I mean, technically, I guess she was a spirit at the time, which is why she was able to bend it. But I don't know. It's interesting because he disappears after that. So is that indicating that Unalaq is dead, or like what happens to him? I know Vaatu is always still be around, of course. But what about Unalaq? Like, I mean, because since they're together. But he was in that, I don't know. I'm very curious what happened there exactly, because I know he just disappeared after that, and she said she couldn't save him, so I'm assuming he's dead. And what will happen with the cycle then, seeing as he is technically still the Dark Avatar? Like that's what I'm wondering, if he really died or not, if that was like in the Avatar state per se. Because I'm wondering, is this cycle going to still continue? Well, not still continue. Is it going to continue where we still have like dark avatars in the world and stuff like that, and then the next avatar afterwards has to face off against that evil, or did it just purify Unalaq? Unalaq disappeared and just vanished from thin air, and Vaatu just is now just a spirit back in the spirit world. Like, is that what happened? I'm not quite sure exactly. I'm very curious about that though. Tell me, what do you guys think that happened exactly? Where do you think Unalaq is? Did he die, or did he just get thrown into the spirit world or something? Like, I'm very curious what you guys' thoughts are on this. I'm kind of confused on this one. But overall, she ends up beating the Dark Avatar, and so after she did that, she connected back to Raava. Like I said, Dark Avatar disappeared, and the thing is, as I just said, she has no connection to her previous lives anymore. She's technically now the first ever Avatar in a way, because she has no connection to all the other avatars now, which kind of sucks. I hate that, you know. I want to see Roku again, and Aang and shoot, you know, Kyoshi and everything. You know, like it kind of sucks that she's not connected to him anymore. But nonetheless, she doesn't have it. So technically, you can say she's the new first Avatar in a way. She's gonna be the one that's gonna be guiding people in the next generations here on out now. And so with that, then what she decides here after that, because now she broke the harmonic convergence little connection to the two portals and stuff, and she's thinking to herself, she's like, should I actually close these portals? She's like, she says that Wong could be wrong in what he did, actually, him being the bridge to the worlds, the two worlds. So she decides to actually keep the two portals open, allowing spirits and humans to, you know, converse with their worlds, basically. You know, they're together now, like they were back then, we're in Wong's time. And she kind of got this idea because of Unalaq, because Unalaq was saying, like, why does the Avatar have to be the bridge between the two worlds when that was how it was back then? And I couldn't even argue that, because technically that's what it was. But the problem here is, she does this, and here's my issue with it, because I don't know how well this is going to work. If you really think about it, back then, when in Wong's time, if you're filming, every place had like their lion turtle. They lived in the lion turtles and stuff like that, and they never really lived on the land. You know what I mean? Because they lived on the land, the spirits would attack them or shoo the humans away. The spirits didn't really want to live with the humans. Really, back then there was no peace, really, per se. Like they weren't really harmonizing together. They weren't connected like that. So I don't know if they weren't really living together. If you know what I'm trying to say. So with them converting back to how it used to be, how is this really gonna work? Because you also gotta remember that there are some pretty bad spirits out there. I'm always gonna bring back Ko, because with the portals being open, Ko could actually walk out, go to the human world, and he's gonna have fun time stealing people's faces. Stealing all the faces. He's gonna have everybody's face. You know, he's gonna look at everybody. Because if that's what he wanted to do anyways, I'm just saying. Because there are some pretty strong spirits in the spirit world that can do this kind of stuff. The spirits can actually harm humans as well, as we've seen before. The spirit goes through the human. They kind of take on the spirit's form a little bit on their body. And the thing is, they can't revert back. They're stuck like that. So, like, I don't know how good this decision is going to be, because remember, this is Korra's instincts that he's doing. Like Tenzin's like, this word, like, focus on your instincts. You know, if your instincts tell you to do this, you might as well do this. You know, I can't teach you any more than this. And I'm like, Korra has bad instincts. You know, she does some dumb stuff sometimes, and I don't know if this was actually a good idea, because I just don't see how this can work. Because like I said, they technically back then they weren't even living together like that. You know what I mean? They had their own sections in a way. You know, so I wonder just how is this gonna play out. And I can't wait to see the third season then, because there's supposed to be another season. So I wonder how this is all gonna work out and what's gonna happen next too. Because you also gotta ask, like, in the first season she saved Republic City. This season she freaking saved the world. What else can she save? What, the universe? She gonna save the universe now? Because she's doing cosmic energy and stuff. So what? She gonna save the universe now? Like, I wonder what the next big step is gonna be for Korra. But like I said, these are just my thoughts on this, because I don't know how that's gonna work. Because I have like, what they could do, and I'm gonna reference Yu Yu Hakusho a little bit on this one, is that what they could do is actually do what Yu Yu Hakusho did, is have like a barrier kind of, where stronger spirits, or like in Yu Yu Hakusho, stronger demons can't get past that barrier. Only weaker demons can go past it, and then people have to deal with it and so on and so forth. But they're weaker spirits. Like, for instance, within Avatar, the spirit that Bumi has, and he's all petting and crap like that. That's not a spirit that's gonna be so bad to handle. You know, even if he turns dark, it's not that hard to handle. You know what I mean? Like, that's a non-threat. You know what I mean? But if you have like a big, gigantic freaking spirit in the human world, and it starts turning evil, that's gonna be a big threat. So I'm wondering if they could probably have like some kind of barrier to stop some maybe stronger demons, or not demons, but stronger spirits from coming through, or bigger spirits from coming through, and only allowing like maybe the smaller ones. And same goes for actually humans. Maybe like the gates that they can create can actually block the humans out. Like some of them, they can kind of like tell the intent of what the humans trying to do or something, because we don't want the spirits to get harmed by the humans as well. Because humans, the thing is, if you remember, like after what Wong did, after he separated the spirits and humans, he thought that can bring harmony and peace and stuff, and that still didn't, because humans are inherently corrupt, so it still didn't really do anything. There's always gonna be corruption with the humans, you know. So it's like there's always gonna be evil, and it's not. I'm not sure if it's gonna be balanced out because there's more. Well, I'm not sure if there's more humans than there are spirits, but there's just. You know what I mean? The spirits aren't necessarily. They're not evil nor bad. Like they're not good or bad. You know what I mean? But humans are, I don't know, they're more capable of becoming more threatening, I guess you could say, per se, I guess, because they're the reason why the spirits will turn, you know what I mean? So I don't know if this is a good idea, because as you see, Unalaq was freaking evil. Like even Varrick, even though he wasn't like super, like really bad, he still had his own problems, you know. He had his greed and he was conniving and stuff, so he can technically be on that bad human side. But yeah, like I said, this is just all my thoughts on this. I don't know how this is really gonna work. So overall, I'll say this, seeing this is the last episode of this season, it wasn't bad. I don't know. I feel like it was not bad. It was good for the most part. But like I said, I'm just wondering how they're gonna do the next season. Like what could be next? Because I don't know what could possibly be next for Korra at this point, unless they're gonna do some kind of time skip and we see jinora and she grows up a little bit too. And I don't know. I'm not really sure what the next threat can be exactly that can actually change the tides of things and so on and so forth. Because like I said, this is like the biggest thing that she's dealt with, which is actually saving the entire world, because that's what she did. So I don't know. But overall, it was nice. I will say that this season has redeemed the Legend of Korra greatly. And it sucks too, because I know a lot of people kind of like dropped Legend of Korra, and when they saw the second season, they're like, nah, we ain't watching this. Like, why think we watch this? It's like, it's probably gonna be just as bad as the last one, because last season wasn't necessarily horrible, but it's just the last couple of episodes kind of made it blah and stuff. But this season really, you know, fixed everything. Honestly, it fixed everything. It even fixed with the relationships. Like Korra's not with Mako anymore. Freaking Korra's like, you know, we don't work together well. Like I love you and all, but we just don't work well together. So we're not gonna be together and stuff. So that's very interesting. So I'm guessing Mako's gonna be with Asami then or something, or unless Asami's gonna be like, no, you had too many chances in my face. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just saying stuff. So I just want to say thank you for, you know, following me on this journey of the Legend of Korra reviews. I had fun reviewing this series. I'm grateful for all you guys, for all the comments, likes, and subscribe to my channel, and so on and so forth. I really appreciate all that. It was nice, and I'm glad you enjoyed the reviews and my commentary and everything on that. I appreciate all this. So I was going to tell you guys that I'll probably have the Legend of Korra Season 2 review up like next couple of days, so look out for that. So yeah, I'm done now. Kind of sad that this is over. One other thing I want to just say too is just that, why did Nickelodeon have to like put this up so soon? I don't know. They feel like I don't know. It's, to me, I feel like they're trying to rush the series. Really think about it, because they kept doing 2 episodes, like hour specials a bunch of times with this series for some reason. Like, why? They feel like they're just rushing it for some reason. I don't know why they did that, but I don't know. I'm not complaining too hard. I just didn't like that, because I felt like they just didn't want to have it on Nickelodeon anymore or something. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on, but that was, I don't know. It bothered me a little bit. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but at the same time, I'm not complaining too hard, seeing as we get to watch it sooner. So, you know, when I guess kind of win-win situation. I don't know, but yeah, okay, I'm done now. I'm just rambling on now. So leave a comment below and tell me what you think of this week's episode and the last episode of Legend of Korra. Like this review, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Legend of Korra reviews from me. She has been the Thabreakmaster, and until then, people, break out.